Hi guys, welcome to day 62 of Scout Lockdown. Today we're going to go through some more hiking skills. We're going to talk about what to do if you land yourself in trouble on a hike. Hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching. Hi guys, and welcome to today's Scout Lockdown. Today we're going to talk about what to do if there's an emergency on a hike. So we are going to use this map again that we were looking at the other day when we were doing route planning and understanding how to read the map. And we are going to focus on this footpath here. So we're in the middle of the woods or wooded area. We're not far from the base. The other base is all the way over here. But we are focusing in the wooded area. So, that's important. We're going to have to remember we're in the wooded area and we're going to go through what to do. So, we're in the wooded area and we've got a patrol or a team of 6. And Jimmy here has fallen over and he is on the floor, not very well. So, the PO, the patrol leader, is in charge of your patrol, or the team leader. So they are in charge, and if it's the PO on the floor, then the assistant patrol leader, the APO, or the assistant team leader, is then in charge. So, what is the PO going to do? Well, first of all, Jimmy needs some help. So we are going to help Jimmy. So the PO is going to nominate this person to help Jimmy. So, with this person now helping Jimmy, we've still got to go and get help, because Jimmy still needs help. So this person's doing the first aid, but Jimmy still needs help. So the PO is going to send these two off to get help. So these two are going to go off to get help. Now, where are they going to go? Well, first of all, it's important to send at least 2 people, if not 3, at least 2 people to get help. Never one person on their own, unless you absolutely have to. And the reason for that is if one of these have an injury, there's still someone to help them. So these 2 people are going to go off. Now, if you're on a scout hike or a competition, it's likely that you've passed a checkpoint or a base or somewhere where there's a leader. So these 2 would go back to base 4. But as you saw from the picture, base 5 isn't actually that far away. So assuming these 2 know how to read a map, they can go forward to base 5. I remember understanding the map. Yeah, we did the other day. So they had to walk around the corner, down the hill, and then take a sharp left to the road. While these 2 can go to base 5 because it's the closest base. If you're not on a scout hike and there's no base checkpoints or anything like that, then these 2 would go to the nearest point they would find help. So we passed the town earlier on with the church in it. So these 2 would go back to the town. But before they leave, they need to know some details. First of all, they need to know what's wrong with Jimmy. So they can explain that Jimmy has fallen over and he's hit his head and he's still breathing. That's important. When they left, he was still breathing. They also need to know how old Jimmy is. Well, if they don't know, they know he's a scout. So they know he's between 10.5 and 14. So they can say between 10.5 and 14. Hopefully they'll know him quite well, so hopefully they can say he's around 12. They'll need to know what happened. So he's fallen over and hit his head. He's now unconscious. Not responding, but breathing. They need to know the location. Now, every scout leader will tell you never to draw on the maps, because maps are expensive and we can't afford to keep replacing maps. So don't draw on maps. However, in an emergency, draw a small ring around your 6-digit group reference. Don't dot the ring, because then you can't see the area. Small ring, so everybody else can see the area. Because if you told these 2 to remember your location grid reference 672451 and ask them to travel back whilst worrying about Jimmy, they're never going to remember it. So draw a circle on the map where you are. It is also important to tell the people you're going to get help, the ambulance people or whoever it is you're going to tell to get help, but you're in the middle of the woods. So they cannot be accessed by an ambulance. Now you don't need to worry how they're going to rescue Jimmy, if they're going to send a quad bike, if they're going to send a helicopter, they're going to just pick him up in a wheelbarrow and wheel him down the hill. That's irrelevant at the moment. All you need to know is that you're in the middle of the woods and an ambulance cannot access that location. So now these two are armed with their details. They know where they are, they know where they're going, they know where Jimmy is, they know his age and what's happened. These two can now go off and get help. If you are on a scout night hike or a scout hike or a competition where there's other teams around, then if these two have gone forward to the next base, if you see another team, they can always go back to the last checkpoint, because another team should be able to help you as well. Obviously if the last checkpoint was the closest and you know your way there, hopefully, because you've just walked it, then that may be the easier location to go to. Or the town, like we said, may be the easier location because that's a big built up area and there may be a phone box if you're lucky still. So these two are now going to disappear. So that leaves the PL and one other person still there. Now I always tell my scouts that they should always carry a piece of string or power cord or some sort of rope at least 2 meters long, because that's going to come in handy, because now this guy can start building a quick shelter over the top. He can cut a survival bag if he needs to. Don't cut them all because he may need one, but he may be able to cut a survival bag and do a quick tarp over the top. Survival bags are great because they're bright orange, so they're going to be seen. We'll come back to survival bags on another day. However, we still need to get help. We've sent some people to get help, but the PL still needs to get help for Jimmy. So the PL may want someone to blow a whistle. So we're going to blow the whistle 6 times in 1 minute at equal points. So every 10 seconds we're going to blow the whistle. Then we're going to stop and wait for a minute and then blow the whistle again. Every 10 seconds for 1 minute. So it's 6 times. 6 times, 6 blasts on the whistle is the international distress signal. It also is a repeated pattern. So people passing by on the other side of the woods may go, oh, someone's blowing a whistle. And then it will stop, and it will happen again, and they'll go, oh, they're still blowing the whistle. And then it will stop, and it'll happen again. And then maybe they'll go, whoa, that doesn't sound normal, we should check that out. So hopefully they'll come and check it out. If they've got a whistle themselves, they may blow the whistle, which is why you wait a minute between the blasts. So you blow every 10 seconds for a minute, and a nice strong loud blast, long blast, evenly spaced out, and then you wait a minute. So the reason you wait a minute is so you can hear a response, and you don't stop when you hear a response. You keep going until the people who are coming for you are with you. Not when they can see you at the top of the hill, or not when they can see you at the top of the field, because they may, if even at the top of the hill, they may still have to do a windy path all the way down, and they may lose sight of you. So until they are right next to you, within a couple of meters, you keep blowing the whistle in the same pattern. Every minute, 6 times in a minute, so every 10 seconds, evenly spaced out, wait a minute, and then carry on. What you can also do in the minute you're waiting for a response is you can flash a torch. If you're at night, then you can flash a torch. Even if you're in daytime, you can flash a torch. If you've got a little mirror, you can reflect the sunlight to flash that. So you're now making noise and you're flashing for assistance. So hopefully someone will hear you. The PL then can, like I said, maybe make a shelter, maybe get some water, something like that. We'll look after the situation. This guy's still doing first aid on Jimmy. And hopefully help will come to you very fast. So that's what to do in an emergency. Hope you've learned something new. Please don't get injured on a hike. So we don't have to practice this, but please learn this. So if you do have an injury on a hike, or you need to go and get help, you can do. So in this situation, Jimmy has actually fallen down a bank, maybe a cliff edge, maybe a drop. In this case it's a river, and he's fallen into the river and he's been swept away. So obviously you can't help him, so we still follow the same procedures. No one can do first aid, but a couple of people can stay there and a couple of people can get help. What's important is Jimmy fell in here at this point. So what's important is to get a backpack or something and put the backpack down. Something to mark the space he's gone into the river. And that's really important, because you're going to go and get help and you're going to bring people back to here. Now he may not be here if it's a strong current. So if you've marked the area he's fallen into with a backpack or a marker or something which tells you that that's where he fell in, then that will help search teams know how far he's been swept away, the search area to look, because there's no point looking upstream if he's been washed away, because he's not going to wash away upstream. So put a backpack or a rucksack down, mark the location of where he fell off, the point of falling off if you know it, and then do the same procedure. Send 2 or more to help and bring them back to this location, or the location where he is if you know it. Hope you've been watching, hope this is helpful. Don't fall into a river, try not to get injured on a hike, and learn how to be safe should something happen on a hike. Thank you for watching, guys. More Scout Lockdowns to come. Thank you.